Let's bring in our floor show traders on this Monday afternoon. Kenny Polcari, you've got a nice pile of cash sitting on the sidelines. What should investors do with it? I want you to imagine this. And how much more do you see of the sell-off, or is this that so-called capitulation, the worst day in a sell-off?
I don't think this is the flush that we're waiting for. It certainly felt like it at one point today that maybe it was the flush. But look, I would say this to anybody that's got a pile of cash that's sitting there waiting to be invested. You should continue to invest it. You shouldn't do it all at once. You should feather it in. But on days like today, where it feels so unsure, I would just sit back and kind of let the damage happen to see where the chips fall. I would be making note of names that I like or names that are already in my portfolio that are getting dragged down for no reason other than getting dragged down. And then I would start to allocate money. But I'm also in that, for 2022, I'm in that value camp. So I would specifically be looking at the value side of the equation, not so much the tech side, but when you get NVIDIA trading down to $210, it's almost hard not to want to jump in there and grab some and back up the truck.
Well, yeah, NVIDIA down 4% right now, well off the lows of the session. I'm looking at it still up about 70% over the past 52 weeks. But names, Todd, like not that what Kenny talked about. He doesn't love these momentum names, but Affirm down 50% this quarter alone. I'm looking at Zoom down 61% year over year. Some of those names, and we'll get to Peloton later, but that's been a disaster too. Do you completely avoid these names when even the Dow losers are solid names you would think might be a little bit safer, whether they be Merck or J&J or Visa?
I think at this point right now, a lot of these names are going to look attractive when you see down 50%, down 30, 40%. But like Kenny said, I think you got to take a step back here and wait and watch. You want to feather money in a little bit at a time. But when you're talking about a potential quagmire over in Ukraine, you're talking about a Fed policy shift here, which we don't know exactly what it's going to look like. The market wants 3, 4, 5, 6 rate hikes this year. But I got to be honest, the Fed's going to do this one at a time and wait and see how the markets react. The dollar's going to play a key role in this. And then ultimately, history itself is going to kind of write us a little bit of a roadmap. Don't forget, we cut rates to zero in 2008. It took us till 2015 to start what was a 3-year-long, very slow process. So GDP the day after the Fed is also going to be significant. We look at those GDP now numbers, which were at north of 9% on December 1st, are now right around 5%. So the market, again, we need those growth numbers to be sustained in order for the Fed to be happy about tightening to stymie inflation. And right now, I just don't see that picture.
But Kenny, you know, Morgan Stanley is calling this the equity winter. Forget the crypto winter, stocks winter. Do you believe that? You know, here's the thing. Last Friday, when things looked really bad, you could have argued, hey, feather in. But then you're down again today.
And I hear you in that, but that is, as you and I both know, that is going to be part of the way the first 6 months, I think, of this year is going to be. We've talked about that, right? I'm bullish on America. I'm bullish on the economy. I am, like I said, though, not necessarily bullish at the moment on tech. And that's what Morgan Stanley came out and said. They thought there's more to go in tech. And I do agree. I actually think there's more to go in the broader market as well. But when you look at names like it, for me, you know, they would be IBM, they would be Honeywell, Halliburton, ExxonMobil, JP Morgan. Those are really great, big, beautiful, boring, but very nice U.S. names for people to have in their portfolio. Now, look, I'm 60. I'm not 30. So my outlook and my time horizon is very different. So, again, you also have to think about where you are in the time horizon, right?
I gotta totally disagree on IBM. I mean, that thing continues to disappoint. But Todd, I'm looking at all of these issues, you know, but can the earnings paradigm that come out this week, whether it's Microsoft or Apple, can that shift the narrative at all?
We're watching these indices decline. When you mention the Russell's in a bear market and the S&P's in a correction and the Dow's only, you know, days away from being in a corrected market, that's stealing the show. Now, the smart traders are watching the individual companies, yes, and seeing where they're coming in with earnings and what their forward guidance says. And yeah, when some of these numbers just look too good to be true, usually they are. But in this type of market, it makes sense to be watching.
Yeah. Okay. Tuesday, Microsoft, Verizon, American Express, GE. Thursday, Apple, Chevron, Caterpillar on Friday. I mean, you're looking at all of these names. Wednesday, Tesla and Intel, Boeing. So we're very busy at the moment. We're looking at all of these stocks. We're looking at every index. Russell is the only one to the upside. but a little bit impressive here, up 0.5% or 10 points. Kenny, great to see you. Todd, thank you very much.